Yes, I am Karen Tiemann, and it is my pleasure and privilege to introduce to you some remarkable servants who will lift us like the rising tide and inspire our journeys of service. Clicker guy.
I had one job.
One more. A rising tide lifts all boats. A rising tide lifts all boats. And the ICEARY tide just rolled in. Over 400 members from Rockford to Carbondale, from the Mississippi to the Wabash and the Ohio rivers and all kinds of towns in between. Today, our collective membership is like a rising tide, lifting all that have been blessed to share in the wake. And in that spirit, we bring to you those to your left and right that have been lifting, and also those that have led some exemplary careers. That we take time to recognize the nominees of the 2020 ICEARY Excellence in Education Awards, those that exemplify the service that lifts others, just like the tide itself. Nominations are accepted and rubrics are scored in the areas of creating relationships and belonging, those that help us and our kids solve problems, and lead in advocacy. We could go on and on about these folks. So in the next 2 days, it is our hope that you feel lifted by the presentation, by the people, and by the work that you hear about. And with that spirit, we start to announce our winners. This year from Region 1, Area 1, Ms. Kim Sellers. Ms. Sellers, can you stand? And Tara Hicks, can you come and tell us a little about Ms. Sellers? Yeah, Kim, we need you to come up too.
Good morning, everyone. I didn't realize when I nominated Kim that I was going to have to stand up here and speak, but she's worth it if you can bear with me. First of all, I'd like to congratulate all the recipient award winners today. But it is my honor to introduce Kim Sellers from the Regional Office of Education for Bureau, Henry, and Stark counties. Kim's title is Director of Learning Support Services. However, that title does not give credit to the success she has had serving our communities for the past 35 years. ICEARY's mission to advocate for students, train educators, educate communities, and unify programming could easily be transcribed as Kim's motto. In fact, Kim was part of a committee to saturate innovation, advocacy, and leadership into our culture at ROE 28. However, Mother Teresa had a quote that says, "I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone across the waters to create many ripples." That could easily be on her business card. The footprints of Kim's ripples and the impact that she has had on our communities are long-lasting. Her life has truly been dedicated to serving others. She first fed this passion working for the Youth Service Bureau and in elementary school. However, she has been with the ROE 28 for the past 17 years, supporting the individual needs of 23 different school districts. She will be the first person to praise her staff and give them the accolades without acknowledging the important role that she has played in everyday operations. For example, she has increased our 21st Century Grant from 4 sites to 20 school districts, serving over 1,600 students a year. McKinney-Vento students are able to access a free, appropriate education because of her influence and training. Ms. Sellers has also grown our early childhood program from a single provider to a staff of 7. Proof that learning does not stop in school, but is a never-ending process throughout life. She was a trailblazer in bringing SEL to schools across the state. She has served on the ICEARY board and the Professional Development Advisory Board. She is a certified trainer for both kindergarten and after-school standards, and she is only one of 4 facilitators in the state of Illinois for the community of practice. Her enthusiasm for supporting others is immersed in both her professional and personal life. She served 12 years as a member of her local school board, and she was instrumental in creating a food pantry for her local high school. This food pantry was a 1-year pilot that is now thriving into its 3rd year. Perhaps Kim's greatest accomplishment and validation comes from her children and grandchildren. Within her rural town, she is a known resource for anyone. She has an open door policy at work and in her home. Taylor, her daughter, once said in a college essay that growing up and watching her mom help so many different people, she knew that she wanted to do the same. Now think back to the Mother Teresa's quotes. Think back to the effects of those ripples and the far-reaching impacts that our actions have. Data shows that thousands of kids are served by Kim and her programs every year. But think about each participant. Think about their parents. Think about their friends. Think about their coworkers. Consider her own 4 children. One is a volunteer coach, a soldier, a speech pathologist, a school psychologist. Think of those spouses. Think about the effects that they have on their community. I hope that you all have a Kim Sellers or a Stone in your area. But Kim would empower you all to be that stone in your community's pond. The potential ripples of Kim's influence are immeasurable, and our world is a better place because of her.
It would be an award without a photo op, so here, hold on one second here.
Thank you. Beautiful. Congratulations, Kim. Okay. Our next nominee is Mr. Harold Sweeney. And Harold, if you can come up with Amber Kidd. Amber, maybe you can tell us a little more about Harold. You too, Harold. Come on up.
Good morning. I've known Harold for close to 10 years, and I've learned so much from him that I can't even really put it all into words. I had to have a little help. Julie Wallerman helped me gather this information and throw it together. So I've got a few nice things to say about you, Harold. Harold Sweeney has been transforming the lives of students and their families for almost 3 decades. His reach extends from Rockford, where he is the Director of At-Risk Student Services, to Southern Illinois via his work with the Illinois ICEARY Advocacy Committee. He is well known as an advocate for at-risk youth and their families. His efforts have impacted thousands of lives: youth, parents, teachers, administrators, court advocates, and colleagues across the state for the better. Harold Sweeney has created connection and belonging for at-risk youth for more than 30 years. In addition, he has helped students problem solve, achieve success, and become lifelong learners by identifying roadblocks in their educational paths and taking the necessary steps to eliminate or alleviate those roadblocks. In his career, Harold helped identify multiple students with hidden vision problems and was able to get eye exams and glasses for these students with no cost to the families or the students. What a huge benefit for those students and families. For students taking their high school equivalency test, Harold recognized that passing the U.S. Constitution was causing another barrier in their educational path. He created a special class to help students pass the U.S. Constitution test, thus enabling students to move on and earn their diploma. Thanks to Harold's initiative, 1,055 students have passed the U.S. Constitution test and been able to obtain their high school equivalency as of January 31st, 2020. Helping students and families identify and eliminate roadblocks in their educational paths is one of Harold Sweeney's ways he's changed his lives. Harold is a committed educator who puts his students' success above his own. His interest is not in gaining glory for himself. He actually does not really appreciate any of this spotlight. It's very hard for him. I had to twist his arm to get the okay to do this nomination. But rather to help youth overcome the obstacles that prevent them from their next step towards success. He works to build responsible young adults who will not only provide for themselves, but contribute in a positive manner to the community and the world around them. Harold has served as a substitute teacher, an intake intervention specialist, a teacher, director of alternative schools in Rockford, and currently the director of at-risk student services and lead homeless liaison for Boone and Winnebago counties. In addition to these positions, Harold currently serves on the Rock River Homeless Coalition, 17th Circuit Court Truancy Advisory Board, the ICEARY Advocacy Committee, the ICEARY Board of Directors, is the ICEARY representative on the Illinois Attendance Commission and the Winnebago and Boone County Substance Abuse Coalition. Harold has also served on the Workforce Investment Board Youth Council, House Resolution 905 Task Force, Best Practices Institute, Illinois General Assembly Education Caucus as a non-voting member, Youth Services Network Program, and Youth Organizations Designing and Awareness. Harold Sweeney's enormous commitment to helping at-risk youth find success has shaped the lives of many students in the Rockford area, as well as throughout the state of Illinois. And I, for one, am very proud to know you, Harold.
Yes. Harold also doubles as our 2020 Excellence in Education Award recipient. So he is our statewide award recipient for this year. So get one more round of applause for Mr. Harold Sweeney.
Frankly, I'm a little humbled because I don't think what I do is anything real special. Everyone in this room deserves recognition for what you do with all the kids. And I am part of a team. And if I can, a little bit out of the ordinary, I would like everyone from Boone and Winnebago to stand so you can be recognized as being members of a team, because without you, I couldn't do anything that I have done. I've done a lot of legislation. I'll tell you, when I came into ICEARY, it sounded like that was kind of a fun committee to get into, and I found something that is really near and dear to my heart. And I really enjoy doing that. But I really want to thank you for the trust that you've put in me as the board and as the members of ICEARY to represent you at many different levels. That is something that really, truly means a lot to me. So I want to thank you very much.